Allez, bienvenue sur avclucky. Nous allons reprendre les aventures du docteur Jonathan Reid, un brillant chirurgien de Londres qui est devenu malencontreusement un vampire, et malgré sa soif de sang, qui va essayer d'exercer son métier le mieux possible, sans pour autant aller tuer des pauvres innocents. Et bonjour mon cher Dark. Comment va mon ami Dark? Bon, où en étions-nous avec le docteur Reid? Que devions-nous faire avec Monsieur Reid? Pour l'instant ici, j'avais pas accès. Il fallait que j'aille dans le West End. Et pour l'instant, je dois venir ici. Il faut que je retourne sur les docks. Donc on va retourner sur les docks. Bah moi ça va. Ça va très bien, cher Dark. On va courir, on va essayer d'aller vite. Normalement ici c'est ouvert. Ouais, je sais qu'on s'est battu pour l'Angleterre. Bonjour, bonjour. Oh, il y a de nouveaux trucs. Avez-vous du travail?
I came back from the war, I spent most of my time and energy just trying to forget.
I understand what you mean. I was a soldier too.
No, nobody can truly understand what I've gone through.
Why were you locked in that sewer? What happened?
I went by the canal after an argument with a friend. Got chased by these fucking wankers and I had to barricade myself in, despite my claustrophobia.
Why did you run? What was the reason for your argument?
Newton wanted me to go to a hospital. I can't stand being closed in. Makes me feel like I'm suffocating.
Tell me about your claustrophobia. Has anyone given you an official diagnosis?
That's what the bloody doctor said. But I don't want to go to a hospital to get checked again. I'll deal with it my own way.
Ok. Pourquoi ne pas aller à l'hôpital alors?
Oswald, why did you not go to the Pembroke Hospital to seek medical help?
I don't trust doctors. All they care about was their careers and processes. I won't be locked in any room again by anyone.
Your fear of being trapped is not going to go away by itself. You need professional help.
I've seen enough butchers in white coats to last a lifetime. Hospitals reek of chemicals and death. What I need is fresh air.
Pas plus. Allez, hop.
Talk about why you have this fear of being enclosed, Mr. Fletcher.
No, I really don't.
An irrational fear like yours is usually rooted in a specific event. Perhaps it would help to talk about it.
Well, Doctor, take a guess then, if you're so interested in my case.
Là, on va tester la cause de l'enfance. Quoi qu'il a fait la guerre. Ah, alors là, si je trouve pas la bonne réponse, allez, on teste avec l'enfance.
Perhaps you were trapped or locked in somewhere as a child. The horror of war could have brought this memory back to the surface.
Are you joking? I grew up on a farm, had a bloody fantastic childhood.
Ah, c'est pas la bonne réponse. Voilà. Voilà, j'ai perdu 2 indices. Bon, c'est tout.
Goodbye, Mr. Fletcher. Try to take care of yourself.
Bon, je vais aller voir son pote. Je crois que c'est son pote, lui. Newton Bright.
Hello again, Mr. Blight.
Good evening, Dr. Reid. You're doing your rounds as usual.
Ah, ça, il faut que je remonte le blason de l'hôpital là, suite à la mort d'Henriette là.
I'll be honored to welcome a fellow veteran.
I'm not giving up on bringing Oswald back to the hospital. I just need to convince him that he needs some help.
Perhaps he needs to reach that decision by himself.
Could you speak to him? He doesn't usually listen to doctors, but perhaps because you've been through it, you can talk him round.
Why do you stay here now that Mr. Thatcher's back?
It's complicated. Since the war, Oswald's been really nervous with the idea of entering any hospital. Me, I've got my own issues.
Can you speak about them?
Rats, sir. Even seeing one, they turn me. Just want to run. It's that fear that stopped me from going after Oswald when he left.
What can you tell me about the war, Mr. Blight? If you want to speak about it, of course.
War was... well, you know, sir. The stench of death everywhere. Your mates lying bleeding in the mud. Just praying to make it through and get home. Bloody nightmare.
Did you know Oswald Thatcher before the war?
No. We met in the battlefield. I think we're in the same boat to France. We've stuck together ever since.
I fought in France, too. I served as a field surgeon, but it was not uncommon to repel an assault, especially at night.
Yeah. The first time I was wounded, I had to protect the infirmary from hostiles. Twice.
What caused your phobia of rats, Newton?
It happened last year following an artillery attack. I was trapped for 2 days in a hole under 2 dead soldiers. And there were rats.
Go on.
They started eating me as soon as I dozed. Gnawing at my ears, my fingers, lips. I couldn't move. Couldn't call for help.
I see.
No, you don't. You have no idea what it is to wake up buried under bodies. Fucking vermin eating your flesh. Oswald. He found me and saved me.
Se faire manger vivant, ça va pas être top quand même.
Goodbye, Mr. Blight. Take care of yourself.
Moi, est-ce que je peux reparler à son pote là?
Good evening.
Evening, Dr. Reid.
La vie à Londres, je sais plus la peine, j'ai plus rien à dire. Ah non, il me reste plus qu'un indice à trouver là, parce que j'en ai perdu 2 là. Hein. Bon, c'est tout.
Goodbye, Mr. Thatcher. Try to take care of yourself.
J'ai pas regardé s'il y avait des malades au fait. Lui, il est toujours en récupération, ok. Je l'ai pas trouvé. Encore. Lui, j'ai pas le niveau de charme. Je suis niveau 2, ouais, c'est marqué, ouais, ok. J'avais pas fait gaffe que j'étais niveau 2. Bon, allez. Il y a un endroit où je peux remonter. Là-haut. Nickel. Fais gaffe qu'il n'y ait pas d'ennemis, quoi. Ils sont costauds, les ennemis. Hein.
Good evening, Miss Cox.
Hello again, Dr. Reid. What do you want?
I'm looking for Mr. Sean Hampton. Do you know where I could find him?
The sad saint? I heard he was mugged or something.
Yes, he was. But he left hospital recently.
You don't say. Well, I suppose it's good news for the homeless and the useless. Ask them, they must know something.
Goodbye, Miss Cox.
There's nothing to do. You again. What do you want?
Do you know where I can find Sean Hampton? I need to talk to him.
The sad saint. Why on earth do you want to talk to him?
He was one of my patients at the Pembroke Hospital.
Oh, yeah. I heard the poor bastard had been abducted by some cunt. You better ask Tom Watts. He knows Sean Hampton well.
Goodbye, Mr. Digby.
Mark my words, miss. These murders are the work of a vampire.
A vampire? Whatever do you mean?
I'm a tracker of...
Not a drop of blood left in his body.
A vampire?
This is the work of a vampire.
You best be off to your hunting then. For if the sewer dog is back, and hunting all these poor folk, he needs to catch him.
A sewer dog? What's it look like?
It's an old story. A monster with daggers for teeth and icy claws. He comes of a sudden, nighttime, claiming innocence, then vanishes.
Teeth? Claws? Murders by night? Your sewer dog is my business. He's the kind of prey I hunt, milady.
You still working at this hour? That's what I call dedication.
Miss Cavendish, would you be willing to help me locate Sean Hampton?
You better ask Tom, sir.
Why not answer me directly?
We respect the privacy of our customers here, sir. Only Tom can decide who to speak to and what he'll say to them.
Goodbye, Miss Cavendish.
Good evening, sir. Have you witnessed any suspicious activity or strange events recently?
And what do you define as a strange event? More to the point, who are you?
My name is Ichabod Throgmorton, vampire hunter extraordinaire and warden of the East End.
A vampire hunter? Really?
I know what you're thinking. I'm just another lunatic howling at the moon, but I'm not. The bloodsuckers exist, and they're close.
Mr. Throgmorton, I'm Dr. Jonathan Reid. I'd like to hear more about these vampires you're hunting.
A man of science? Well, I'll be glad to enlighten you.
What can you tell me about this neighborhood?
Did you hear about what happened to Jack Gillingham? Oh boy. It's a shame I wasn't around to protect him.
It's impossible to protect everyone. The violence seems endemic in this part of town.
But it's my duty. I am convinced Jack Gillingham was killed by a vampire. These evil rodents are spreading like a plague.
So, how exactly are you protecting these people? I'm curious.
I patrol late at night, investigating anything unusual. I try and encourage people to stay indoors, but people are careless.
Can I help in any way?
Actually, yes. I plan to put up posters to alert the population to the vampire threat.
Are you asking me to paste posters about vampires around the docks?
If you wouldn't mind. If you did that, then I can focus on my patrols.
How do you identify a vampire?
It's simple, really. They can't stand daylight. They're afraid of garlic and holy symbols. They also cannot enter a house without being invited.
Have you ever killed one of these creatures? Yourself, I mean.
Of course I have. What kind of question is that? It's a dirty business, believe me.
Have you heard of the Guard of Priwen?
Of course. They're dedicated hunters. A little militant for my taste, but they do let anyone join.
Were you ever tempted to join the Guard yourself?
I did think about it, but I'm more of a silent hunter. They're more of a sanitary militia.
So you hunt alone? That sounds risky.
Vampires are just like every other predator. They hunt when they're hungry and follow certain patterns. It's just a matter of observation and patience.
I'm looking for Sean Hampton. Can you help me, Mr. Throgmorton?
The sad saint? He should be at his night asylum at this hour. But I cannot tell you how to find it, sorry.
Really? Why is that?
It's nothing personal, Doctor. I'm sure your intentions are good, but people who sleep there, they have plenty of reasons to hide.
I could make you tell me, but I respect your refusal. You really believe Sean is a saint, don't you?
All I will say is this. Gossip has it that when he was a child, he was molested. By a priest of all people. Funny thing is, though, it only strengthened his faith.
Maybe at least you can tell me who could help me find him.
Tell you what, go and chat with Tom Watts. He's a bartender and good judge of character. If he talks to you, then it's fine by me.
Goodbye, and good hunting, Mr. Throgmorton. Good evening, Mr. Delaney.
What? Ah, you're that doctor.
I'm looking for Mr. Sean Hampton. Do you know where I could find him?
I really don't know. I heard he'd been abducted. I don't know if he's back.
Who could tell me then?
About the sad saint. I'll try asking Tom Watts about him.
Goodbye, Mr. Delaney.
So few clients.
Welcome back, Doctor. What can I do for you?
Tom, I need to find Sean Hampton as quickly as possible. I've been told you could help me.
I heard the sad saint was recovering at Pembroke Hospital. Did he leave or something?
I believe he returned to his flock. Can you confirm that?
Oh, I bet you're right. Sean can't help but worry about the poor and sick. Oh, I guess it has something to do with what happened to him as a baby.
Please, tell me.
Well, I don't like to gossip, but I heard that the sad saint was abandoned as a baby in front of a Catholic orphanage in Dublin. That would explain his faith and need to help everyone.
The important thing is I find him. Quickly.
Why not try his night asylum? He takes care of those who need a meal or a roof there.
Where is it?
It's in an old warehouse, northwest of here. Just follow the bank to the west and go north when you reach the end of the pier.
Goodbye, Mr. Watts.
Perhaps I should shut the turquoise for a time.
I think I'm losing my mind. I should just run as far away from this place as I can.
Good evening, Mr. Woodbeat.
Good evening to you, my young doctor.
I'm looking for a man named Sean Hampton. Can you help me?
The sad saint. Even when he was young, his faith and dedication were inspiring. A beacon even, if I may say so.
Interesting. But have you spoken to him recently?
I spoke with him about my missing son a few days ago. I've not seen him since he was attacked by some drunkard and left the vicinity.
Goodbye, sir. Evening, Rufus.
Evening, Mr. Reid.
Do you know a man who lives in this part of town? A man named Sean Hampton. I'm looking for him.
Sorry, sir. I don't know a lot of folks around here. Most prefer to avoid me.
Well, I don't think you should talk to him. He may be very sick.
Thanks for the tip. You might want to check the Turquoise Turtle. It's a pub not far from here. The barkeep knows everyone in these parts.
So long, Rufus. Be careful. Take care. Good evening, Mrs. Fishburne. May I come in, please?
Of course. Dr. Reid. Just grow eyes in the back of that head, sir. Gentlemen.
Bien le bonjour, Nuné.
What can I do for you, Dr. Reid?
Déjà tout fait. J'ai déjà tout fait.
I'm trying to locate Mr. Sean Hampton. Do you know where he could be?
You talking about the one everyone calls the sad saint? The man who takes care of the homeless?
The very same, Miss Fishburne.
I'm sorry. I don't know where his shelter is. But if you ask around, I'm sure you'll get your answer.
Il va me parler de Tom.
Goodbye, Miss Fishburne. Take care of yourself.
Bon, bah c'est tout, je vais y aller. Eh ben, moi je vais très bien, mon cher Nuné. On essaie d'être le vampire le plus cool. On essaie d'éviter de tuer les innocents. Putain, il y a beaucoup de sang là. 2 chasseurs. Mais eux, c'est pas des innocents, ils vont essayer de me tuer, donc je vais être obligé. Ils sont à combien là? 2? Ben voilà.
The wounds on this corpse are deep, the result of rabid rage. If this is Sean's doing, he's become a murderous beast.
Ils ont rien laissé tomber les cadavres là, d'habitude ils laissent tomber les trucs. Ah si. Bon, où est-ce que je dois aller là-bas? 114 mètres. Tout est fermé là. Ah non, c'est ouvert je crois ici. tout est ouvert maintenant. Non, là c'est pas ouvert. Je suis pas sûr que je puisse passer par là. S'il faut que je suive la berge, peut-être en passant par là. Bon, il y avait une porte, peut-être qu'elle est ouverte. Hein. Je peux pas aller là-bas. Peut-être que... Ah, cool. Oula. Il y en a qui est caché derrière, là. Non? Ou à l'intérieur? Ouais. Après, il m'a dit de suivre la berge, donc... je pense que c'est le chemin à prendre, hein. Après, je dis que je pense. Ah, peut-être que je peux passer par là aussi. Donc là, le mec, il est là au coin, là, non? Putain, il est où, le monstre? Fait chier. Le squal, il est là. Mais j'ai pas accès au squal. Ils disent que c'est par là, donc... je vais essayer de passer par là, alors. Peut-être que je peux monter là-haut. 17, 16. J'essaie d'attaquer le groupe là-bas. On va continuer à longer. Il y a des endroits à visiter, donc ok. On va fouiller tout ce qu'on peut fouiller. Je vois... Ah si, il y avait un peu de sous ici. Pourquoi je vois pas ce que c'est? Ah ça y est. 17. Votre roi, votre pays ont besoin de vous. Engagez-vous dans l'armée britannique pour aider nos courageux frères au front. Et je reviens du front. Regardez-moi le résultat. Ouais, je vais peut-être pouvoir trouver les deux bonhommes, là. Est-ce qu'ici je pouvais pas? C'est quoi ça? Ah, c'est le fameux squal. Et là, c'était fermé. Voilà, maintenant c'est ouvert. Alentour du refuge. Ah ah, un nouveau là. Où est-ce qu'il est lui? Ah, il est en bas. Peut-être par là. « 17 mètres, les deux sont en bas. » Le rapporter à un membre de sa famille, le vendre. Jack Cunningham. Si je peux descendre, j'y vais. Déjà, je regarde si je trouve des trucs. C'est bien fragile ici. Peut-être qu'on pourra le casser un moment ou un autre. Bon, j'ai vu que je pouvais se descendre, donc je vais essayer de descendre là. T'es qui toi?
Good evening. I'm Dr. Reid. Do you need any help?
Rest assured, I will help you, sir. Martin Nightingale, at your service. Please, take a look at my wares.
Your merchandise. I don't really see anything worth having. No offense.
None taken, sir. But please, I need to eat. Perhaps if you keep looking, you'd see something that takes your fancy.
Goodbye.
Please, sir. Come and have a gander.
Good evening, young man.
There's no need to call me that, Dr. Reid.
Goodbye.
I know I've got something that'll stop your fancy. If not, I'll find you something.
Non, c'est pas le bon nom.
Good evening, young man.
There's no need to call me that, Dr. Reid.
Let me be frank. You're as much of a businessman as I am a werewolf, right?
Who the hell are you to question me? It's hard enough to stay clean when you don't have a place to sleep. I'm doing my best here.
I meant no offense, Mr. Nightingale. I was merely pointing out the fact that you're unlikely to survive long if you continue wandering this path.
And what should I do then, sir? Should I join the Wet Boot Boys like so many others? No thanks. I'd rather be a bad seller than a dead gang member.
What can you tell me about the neighborhood? Have you got any friends around these parts?
Not really. Miss Gillingham smiles and says kind words, but I know she's lost her marbles, especially since her son died.
Tell me about this crazy woman. Madness is often mistaken for other conditions.
The poor woman's mad, all right. Kind and all, but she has so much trouble remembering things. She's taken me for a son more than once.
How interesting. I don't suppose you know what happened to her son.
Jack. Rumour has it he tried to tackle some gang lads. I didn't know him well, but I heard he was a nice enough chap. His old ma still thinks he's around.
Why not try seeking help instead of peddling your wares? I'm sure there are people around here that would gladly help.
There's always the night asylum. Heard it's run by a very nice man, but I'm no beggar. Not yet, at least.
There is no shame in asking for help, my boy. Sometimes it can even be the best course of action.
I don't feel okay with that. I'm gonna make a name for myself, and I'll do it by myself.
I'm looking for Sean Hampton. Can you help me?
He's a caretaker for the poor, is he not?
Something like that, yes.
Sorry, I don't know where he is.
Goodbye.
Please, sir. Come and have a gander. I know I've got something that'll strike your fancy. If not, I'll find you something.
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reid. May I come in?
I already took my medication, Doctor. But thank you.
I'm sorry. Your medication? Have we met before?
Don't tease me like that, Jack. Sorry, what?
I think I should come in, miss. I'd like to check if everything is okay, what with the epidemic spreading across London.
An epidemic, you say? How terrible. I had no idea. But where are my manners? Please do come in, Doctor. You are a doctor, yes? So, Dr. Tippett, what brings you back here? I heard whispers you had a job at that fancy hospital.
I told you my name is Jonathan Reid. Don't you remember?
Of course I do. I remember my name too. Gillingham. But you may call me Enid, Doctor. I'm very happy to see you again.
Is anyone taking care of you, Miss Gillingham?
My son is always here to take care of me. He's a good boy like that, but I do worry that he needs to start living his own life. I would never say that to him, of course.
What can you tell me about this part of town?
Oh, no. I don't gossip. That would be most unbecoming of a lady such as myself.
Who are the more influential figures on the docks?
Well, I heard about some terrible illness going around. I would say in that case that it's you, Dr. Tippett.
Enid, have you really no idea what happened to your son? No idea at all?
I've not seen Jack for so long. I lose track of time. Has something bad happened to him?
Jack is dead, Miss Gillingham.
Of course he's not. I've seen him. Tonight, in fact. Ever the joker, Dr. Tippett.
I found this watch. It was a gift from you to your boy, wasn't it? I think it should return to you now.
Oh, I remember. Yes, I recall the day I offered Jack this watch. Oh, it was such a beautiful day. Thank you, sir.
Trinkets and possessions help us remember our past. Promise me you'll not lose it.
I would never lose anything that belonged to Jack. Why don't you take this? Dr. Tippett? Please, for your charity.
I'm looking for a Sean Hampton. Do you know where I might find him?
Sean Hampton, you say? Oh, the name does seem vaguely familiar, but alas, I cannot recall from where.
Goodbye, Miss Gilligan. It's locked, all right.
So, Dr. Tippets, what brings you back here? We haven't talked in quite some time.
Goodbye, Miss Gilligan.
I know I've got something that'll strike your fancy. If not, I'll find... you something.
Good evening, Miss Gilligan. May I come in?
Of course, of course.
J'ai oublié de soigner cette petite dame là.
So, Dr. Tippets, what brings you back here? We haven't talked in quite some time.
Do you require medical attention?
I'm glad you asked, Dr. Tippets. I must confess I haven't felt that well of late.
Allez, donnez le médoc.
I'll try my best. Here, take this. And please, try to get some rest.
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you very much.
Impec. Ça n'a rien débloqué, mais au moins on a guéri un peu. Allez, alors édition comme on dit. Lui aussi c'est bientôt fini. Lui pour l'instant il veut pas. Ici j'ai personne encore. On se dirige vers là-bas ou je cherche le mec dans les égouts? Et c'est le marché ici peut-être. Non, là c'est bon, pas la peine. Ici je suis venu ou pas, je sais plus. Ouais, je crois que je suis venu déjà ici. Ouais, c'est bon, je suis venu, j'ai reconnu la espèce de chaudière là. J'ai quand même préféré aller vers là-bas, je verrai peut-être les égouts plus tard. Tiens, une inconnue. Bonjour, belle inconnue.
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reid. May I have your attention for a minute?
Good evening, sir. My name is Giselle Paxton, but I don't have time for men like you.
Have we met before?
No, but I just need to look at your fancy clothes to know that you must be desperate to visit the docks at night.
That's quite judgmental of you.
Sir, I've led enough strikes when I had a job to identify you as an enemy of the working class.
May I ask what you do for a living?
I'm killing myself scraping for a living. And you? Have you ever had to struggle in your entire life?
As I told you, I'm a doctor. You have to work a lot to earn that title.
Oh, a doctor. Born with money in a nice house, were we? Was Daddy a banker or a doctor himself?
Why such hatred? Are you judging me by my clothes and my job?
Of course I am. Fuck, you're so blind. You don't even see your privilege. Lazy people like you disgust me.
What can you tell me about this vicinity?
Tell you what, just spend a few weeks here, and then ask me that question again. If you're still alive, I mean.
If you have something to say, say it. I'm getting tired of all this.
Oh, you want information instead? Well, here's some for you. Giselle Paxton does not like you at all, Doctor.
You don't know me, Miss Paxton, and yet you see me as an enemy.
Your manners, your clothes, your words tell me everything about you, sir. I know your kind, and you don't belong here.
You're right. I have never suffered from poverty. But that doesn't mean I don't fight it and its consequences.
I really doubt you ever had to fight for anything in your life, Dr. Reid.
You speak of strikes and class enemy. Am I right to assume you're involved in trade union activism?
You bet I am. Well, I was. Nowadays, I'm just another worker blacklisted by the big companies.
You lost your job because of your beliefs.
Those bastards really hate a worker who refuses slave wages and unsafe conditions, especially when it's a woman.
Isn't the whole point of trade unions to help workers in need? Why don't they support you?
A few nights back, I lost the money my companions had asked me to hide. With me and my sister being penniless, they thought I stole it.
What really happened?
I drank too much that night. Strange men saw me count the money in that bar. Some sort of militia in uniform. I'm sure they robbed me.
I'm looking for Sean Hampton. Can you help me?
What is it you want? Does he owe you money? Has he displeased your Royal Highness? I'm no snitch, Mr. Fancy Pants.
Well, I'll leave you for now. Goodbye, Miss Paxton.
Your kind's not welcome here.
Come now, Lottie.
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reid. Can I help you?
A fancy doctor lurking at night by the docks? Not fishy at all.
And what about you? Working outside at night in this dangerous part of town?
You want to know my secret? I'm trying to earn money. And I'm Lottie Paxton, by the way.
Is it not dangerous to work here at night?
As long as I have good legs, I can run away from trouble. The sad saint now provides me and my sister a bed and a roof. I don't want to lose that.
Are you homeless, Miss Paxton?
Mr. Hampton's night asylum is our new home now. It's a safe place for me and my sister.
What can you tell me about the Sad Saint?
It's just the nickname of Sean Hampton, the sad saint of the East End. He gave me shelter, and he's not always sad.
What can you tell me about this place? How are things here?
It may be okay for a strong girl like me, but a dandy doctor from the city like yourself, you better watch your back, Mr. Reid.
You really think I should go back to a safer place, miss?
No. I think you had better stay and help as many people as you can. Just avoid the wet boot boys. Those bastards are worse than the epidemic.
Which local dangers must I avoid?
Well, the gangs, the thieves, the drunks, the jobless. A man with your fancy clothes will attract a lot of attention.
Well, I am not someone so easily intimidated.
Glad to hear that. And if you get into trouble, you can always seek help at Sean Hampton's shelter. No one would dare to be violent there.
I'm looking for Sean Hampton. Can you help me?
Mr. Hampton must be in his office at the night asylum he manages, I suppose. Why do you want to see him?
He was a patient of mine at the Pembroke Hospital, but he left abruptly.
I see. Well, Mr. Hampton is a discreet and dedicated man. I'm sure you'll find him soon enough.
Goodbye, Miss Paxton.
Come now, Lottie. There is still much work to do. This Seymour worries me. You'll know something about him.
It's locked. It's locked, all right.
Why the long face, Doctor?
Is it all that worries you, Sean? My long face? Really?
This is a blessing for me, to become a Skal. Immortality gives me more time and energy, if truth be known, to run a shelter. What more could I want?
Since you left Pembroke, the amount of blood that has been shed, it's hard to believe you, Sean.
Ask what you will. As the Lord is my shepherd, I will not speak a lie to you.
Why return here?
This is my home. These people are my flock. You will always find me where I am needed.
Wonders never cease. Skal managing an asylum.
And what of you? A vampire doctor? Meals laid out before you. Yet you restrain.
And what about William Bishop? He tried to take care of you. But this hunger, this thirst, cannot be restrained.
Alas, poor William. He had a good soul, but was weak in spirit. He could not shake the thirst for booze, never mind blood. But have faith. My will is far stronger than his.
Aren't you afraid of what you've become?
We are blessed, Doctor. Can't you see it? The Lord has made us able to walk amongst the plague and aid those that need it.
Do you think this is a blessing when God's own house and holy symbols repel you?
If that is your burden, Doctor, so be it. But I do not fear the cross, nor am I forced to take the life of another. My kind doesn't share your imperfections.
But you must drink blood now to survive.
No, not your scripture. Whoso eateth my flesh and drinketh my blood hath eternal life, and I will raise him up at the last day. So saith the Lord. I only need to eat flesh, no blood.
Why did you kill Miss Jones at the Pembroke Hospital?
Killed old Harriet? You must be mad, Doctor. Why would I do such a thing?
But you were close to her.
Of course. But she was lost. separated from the fold. She did not see the hand of the divine in my blessed condition.
So you claim Miss Jones' death was not by your hand, nor the other incidents at Pembroke?
Though Harriet was an angry, spiteful woman, she was one of God's creatures. I have nothing but love for all he has made.
People have been murdered. I've seen the blood. I don't believe you can be trusted.
Have a little faith, Doctor. If you will follow, I will guide you to the light.
How do you plan to do that?
Take this key of the old sewers. The entrance is by the riverbank, south from here. There you'll find all the proof you need.
I have to see for myself. But your sense of purpose and calm gives me some relief.
I'll be here when you return. If you still think I'm a threat then, well, I'll surrender myself to your judgment.
vampire kilns in utter silence.
This could be the public house Giselle Paxton mentioned. I should investigate further.
This is no place for you, sir. Turn around, sir. Someone serious about keeping people out.
Giselle's stolen money. Freeman has some unethical ways of financing their war.
Et voilà, j'ai trouvé la grotte. Non, l'entrée des égouts. Bon, vu comment c'est parti, le level 100, je pense que ça va être Monsieur Greg TV.
I cannot enter. That doesn't work. There must be a way to control the water level in this reservoir. I need to find the wheel. So that's it. These wheels control the water level.
Il y a quelque chose qui bloque. Faut que j'arrive à accéder là-bas et à casser les trucs. Ah, c'est normal que ça fonctionne pas. Hein. Faut que je parte sur la gauche, mais j'ai pas la clé. Ah, fait chier là. Et là, je suis nul à jet tout à l'heure. Je peux même pas revenir d'ici. Je peux pas viser avec mon gun. Oui, je pourrais casser les... Casser les barils, quoi.
Gate should shut properly now.
J'ai une balle pour rien, quoi. Il reste plus que 2 balles. Et ben... C'était pas instantané, quoi. Et l'autre truc, maintenant, il marche ou pas? Il y a toujours autant d'eau, hein. Ça m'a ouvert une porte ouf. Ça a baissé l'eau là. Ah, nickel. Je veux du rouge là. Ennemi ou ami? I don't know. En passant par là, je me rapproche du gars. Il y a du sang de plus en plus. Hein. Je peux pas passer par là, moi. Chier. Ni par là. Bon. Je vais continuer par là, hein, pas le choix. Hein.
I cannot enter.
Escaped the wrath of Ascalon for too long. It is time to purge the sewers of their filth.
You again! The one they call the sewer dog.
Hold your tongue, newborn, or I'll crush you like a maggot.
You've let the beast consume you.
Finally! A touch of lucidity. So learn to respect the laws of Ascalon. Neck shall snap at the hair's brittle bones, newborn. Whence you vanished, I'll slaughter these scalps while singing your name. Dear child, dictates of Ascalon. shall be a fair skull to a dog.
It's locked, all right. At least one skull escaped Virgil's wrath. The poor creature is bleeding to death. He cannot be far. How could he have made it this far? There's blood everywhere.
Safe we are, still. Drink now.
Bless you, Bridget.
This isn't the blood of a vampire, but it will quench your thirst. This is our domain, not yours. You've been warned.
Wait, I saved you from this creature. That must count for something.
Thank you. Now go. Go back to the streets and houses. There is no love lost between us, vampire. But thank you.
Sean Hampton sent me here. I believe he wanted me to find you. Who are you?
If you must know, they call me Old Bridget. And this shelter is where we live.
I'm Jonathan Reid. I'm a newborn Ekon. I'm afraid I'm not sure what's going on.
I shall not bend a knee, young Ekon, but I sense your pain. Ask, and I will afford you my attention.
Why was that creature after you?
Fergal is the blunt instrument of the Ascalon Club. His masters would see us dead or turned into slaves, if they had their way.
What the hell was that thing? He wasn't an Ekon or a Skal.
They are known as Volkod, an ancient offshoot of immortals. Blood drives them, enrages them.
What of this Ascalon Club?
Vampire Society's elite in the Empire. They make the rules and enforce their judgment upon us whom they see as lessers.
So was it you that Sean Hampton sent me to find?
Perhaps. The sad saint was always kind to us. He must trust you if he revealed our location.
Sean is a Skal. All those I've encountered have been violent, crazed creatures. How can he be any different?
Maybe because he is the sad saint. Or perhaps because I am Old Bridget of the Sewer Skulls.
Sean killed a patient of mine. And that's just one of the murders he's being hunted for.
If you refer to Harriet, she is now among us and under our protection.
Harriet Jones is alive. That's it. That's the proof Sean wanted me to find. I must talk to her.
No. Harriet is not alive. But you can speak to her. I must warn you. She is fragile and may not receive you warmly.
I don't understand.
She is filled with bile and hate. Her mind is sharp as a tack, but her body is so weak. I've never seen its like before. She is resting in a room on the far right of this hideout.
Thank you. I will bear that in mind.
We're at your mercy. Will you end us? We're at your mercy. Will you end us?
Eternal gratitude for your protection, Master. Old Bridget says you are one to trust.
Keep your distance, Echo. Ascalon has stalked us for ages upon ages. Hurry, London. not seen beyond these walls in such a long time.
Your spare legend dies, Hector. Some weight of blood. Old Bridget says you are one to trust. Your spare legend dies, Hector. So sweet of blood.
Ascalon has stalked us for ages upon ages.
Hello, Harriet. Do you recognize me?
Yes, you were from the Pembroke Hospital. The young doctor. So full of secrets.
I've so many questions I need to ask you, Harriet. If you would.
I love questions. As for the answers, you may not like them.
Your room, the blood. What brought you to fake your death in such a gruesome fashion?
To see if I would be mourned.
Why flee with Sean Hampton?
Oh, it's always a pleasure to see a saint fall to sin. But the coward still won't kill.
Do you take pleasure in causing so much pain and sorrow?
Nobody gave a damn about me. Not a tear shed. Poor Harriet. Always the discarded.
How do you feel?
I can't see. I can't move. My body's burning. I feel as if I'm dying over and over again.
Have you tried to eat or drink something?
People here tried to feed me, but I'm just not hungry. I don't have the strength.
Does the pain ever stop?
It is not pain I feel. It's like I can't stop feeling every inch of my body. But at the same time, each muscle and bone is the wrong place.
Why did you come here?
And why not? This is where I live now. Leave me be.
Will you respect old Bridget's wishes? Will you obey her?
Bridget is kind. She only needs to keep me fed and I'll be good.
So you desire to stay here?
Yes, I'm with my own kind. Birds of a feather, so to speak. Poor Harriet. Always alone.
I have a question of the utmost importance to ask. Will you answer?
Questions, questions, questions. The good doctor, always searching for answers.
Do you remember what you did after leaving the hospital? Did you kill anyone?
First, a question from me. You answer first.
Very well then.
What do you want to know?
Are you like me? Are you also dead?
We are not dead, Harriet. Death no longer pertains to us. We are different.
I like what I am. I truly do. I relish the pain that courses through me.
I know you fled the hospital with Sean Hampton. Did you or Sean kill anyone in your flight? Anyone? Try and remember.
I will not lie. I wanted blood, and I wanted revenge, and Sean pulled me from it, brought me here instead. But the shadows heard my prayers. The shadows killed that bastard.
Who was that man? The one murdered in the street?
He used to be my landlord. I lived here for many years before falling ill. Oh, he was an awful man. Disgusting and cruel. So cruel.
You sought vengeance by your own hand, and someone else obliged you. Very convenient. Don't lie to me.
I don't lie. I saw him near the docks, and rightly I wished him dead. And I am happy he is. It's true. But I didn't kill him. I was too tired.
Shadows? Tell me what you saw.
The shadows, they heard me and answered. Something in the deep darkness, quick, deadly. It asked me if I wanted revenge. I answered, yes.
And these shadows, this presence, do you still hear it? Was it a vampire? Did Sean see it?
It spoke only to me, and now it is silent, but it is born of hatred. And it will kill again. And it hates you, Doctor. Oh, it hates you.
What makes you say that?
It whispered your name, Dr. Reid. It wanted to know who you were and where you went.
Questions about me? What did you say?
Nothing, Doctor. I said nothing. There was nothing it didn't already know. Oh, I'm tired now. Let me rest. Let me rest now.
Have you found the answers you were looking for, young Ekon?
There is too much left unanswered. So many questions.
Get to know us. Spend time with us. And I may be willing to answer more questions.
Your diction, your words. You do not carry yourself like most Skulls I've encountered.
True. I'm not like most Skulls.
You were once someone else. What happened to you?
It is as sad as it is long, young Ekon, but it will remain mine.
Can I be of service to you?
We ask but one thing. Reveal to no one our secrets. Do not betray us.
Why do you live here, amongst the filth and vermin?
Live. Here we hide.
What are you hiding from?
From the guilt, the shame, from the hunters and the light. And of course, our past.
Why don't you leave the city? Hide somewhere far from the Guard of Priwen, the Ascalon Club.
We are the Sewer Skulls. This is our domain. We have run as far as we can, and now we hide.
For how long have you been in hiding here?
Skulls have been hiding under London since vampires first entered the city.
Where did you hide before the sewers?
We claimed ancient tunnels, forgotten caverns, catacombs. We are skulls, groveling beneath the feet of our makers.
What manner of creature is Harriet? She is different from everyone else.
I really don't know. I'm not even certain she's a skull. I've no idea as to what blood made her.
What is a skull, in fact, in your honest opinion?
The progeny of a vampire, disavowed by her maker. Perhaps a fruitless branch of a noble tree. A word used to enslave us. I cannot say.
You mentioned that vampire blood has tremendous potency. You believe it to be stronger than your own?
The vampire's sweet blood. That rich, dark wine that we crave. For it made us, and it can sustain us.
I thank you for your time, madam. I must go back to Hampton now.
Your kindness has been ample payment, Ekon. To protect us, I'll close the access to our hideout, but you can use our shortcut to reach Mr. Hampton's shelter. Just follow the arrows.
Thank you, old Bridget. I hope we'll meet again. Are you all right, sir? What are you doing here?
I could ask you the same question. Don't you know this is a quarantine zone?
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reid. I'm investigating the epidemic. You had better get to a safe place while you still can.
Oh, really? Well, go investigate somewhere else, and leave me be.
I beg your pardon?
I said go. Leave me alone, sir.
Rodney, you're the man who killed that gang member, are you not? Is that why you are hiding in this godforsaken place?
Yes, I did. I did not even know his name.
Then why did you kill him?
That arsehole always mocked me for the color of my skin. Usually I let it go. But not that night. We fought. He died.
Unfortunately, I have met several murderers during my lifetime. You don't look like them. I can tell you're no cold-blooded killer.
You're right, sir. At first it was just a simple argument between us. But the man had a bad fall.
Believe me, Rodney, you won't survive here long. No matter what you did, you must go back to where you used to live.
I'll go back to the docks then. But if I die, remember that the blood of Rodney Grader will be on your hands. I'll go back to the docks then. But if I die, remember that the blood of Rodney Grader will be on your hands.
I cannot enter.
Eternal gratitude for your protection, Master. Eternal gratitude for your protection, Master.
It's locked.
Old Bridget says you
The
are
vampire
one to trust.
hunters will never find us here. We're at your mercy. Will you end us?
It's locked, all right.
Welcome back, Dr. Reid. Would you like to take communion with me now?
Sean, are you eating raw flesh?
It is the sacred flesh of the mortal lamb. Our Lord's bountiful transmutation for the sustenance of his believers. Thank you, Lord. I am your most humble servant.
So, true to your word, you waited for my return.
I told you, Dr. Reid, I was a man to be trusted. Did you have words with the poor Harriet?
You make no distinction between the living and the Skulls, do you?
We are God's children, Dr. Reid. One and all. And he's determined to save us.
Does this place belong to you? How can you be so certain you can keep it open?
This warehouse was once property of the Dawson family, but has been bequeathed me through donation.
The Dawsons? The wealthiest family in London? Have they a clue as to what goes on here?
Not at all. The donation was made before the war. The building was run down. I never met Aloysius Dawson myself.
So you have the run of the place and no one's taken notice?
As long as we keep to ourselves, we interest no one. This is a haven, and I pray it remains so for eons to come.
What will be the result if you continue to assist both Skulls and the living?
For the last decade, that's what's been happening. And they found a better life. What's to change?
You're forgetting the epidemic. Things can go south very quickly. I've seen it.
Oh, these are terrible times. Only those pure of heart shall prevail.
You've turned Skull now. Don't you see the danger to anyone giving you their trust?
We are all sinners, awaiting salvation. This is a simple truth, ordained by the Lord Almighty. I am a seeker of His glorious light.
Harriet, Miss Jones has been behaving in a most violent manner. She's going to need special attention.
That's precisely the reason I brought her here. To meet old Bridget. She's the guide Harriet requires.
Who is this old Bridget?
I don't know, Doctor. She rarely speaks of her past, but I know she has a long one. She's likely the oldest soul in the city.
Harriet is possessed by her hatred. You cannot let her roam free. She's dangerous.
She has joined her own kind, Doctor. Old Bridget is a saint to the younger Skulls, guiding them to salvation and peaceful existence.
I believe I've learned all I need to know. I'm certain you've killed no one, but one day I believe you'll cross the line.
Logic is a false prophet. Faith is the only path to salvation.
What do you mean?
We have been blessed with God's eternity. We are the instruments of His divine will. We shall feed the hungry forever and ever. Amen.
I will strive to emulate your merciful nature, Sean, but it's a difficult pledge to make.
Give yourself over to God, Doctor. Expel your urges and kneel before the Lord in praise.
These urges... You know the hunger will never be satisfied.
I've come to embrace the everlasting craving. I have sworn to feed only upon the flesh of the dead. It is now my sacrament. Take, eat. This is my body. So saith the Lord.
Je sais pas quoi faire. Vous savez vivre 500 bonnes expériences, vous allez guérir grâce à mon sang. Bon allez, pour la peine, je fais quoi? Ah, franchement, je sais pas quoi faire. Éteindre, c'est-à-dire que je le tue. Je l'épargne ou je le transforme? Mais en vampire, je sais pas si ce sera mieux. Bon allez, je fais ça, on verra bien. Oh, c'est trop dur à choisir.
My discoveries. Vampire blood would enhance your metabolism, perhaps even heal you, if what old Bridget says is true. I'll give you some of mine.
I'd rather not. It would be extremely awkward.
You have no choice, Sean. It's the only way to protect your chapter, those still amongst the living.
No, Dr. Reid. God made me this way. Who am I to disobey his will?
You believe that God's plan was for you to be abandoned at birth?
The Lord works in mysterious ways.
I can't imagine God intended for you to be molested by a priest in an orphanage. Drink, friend.
No.
I said kneel and drink. Now.
Ouais, je me repose où? Hein? Ça, c'est d'où je viens. C'est pas ici qu'on va se reposer. Il me parle plus. Ça va juste se reposer alors. Faut que je trouve un pieu.
Another corpse thrown in the streets. Someone's playing a very sick game.
Tu pourrais m'aider s'il te plaît?
Hein?
S'il te plaît, à remonter là, tu vois.
I know this brooch. This is my mother's.
A birthday gift from Father. "29 Pretty Orchard Street. That's near Poplar's district. Why would this man carry off my mother's brooch? I must go there."
Glad to see you again, Mr. Reid.
Did you see what happened?
No. I was coming back to the shelter from work when I heard an awful scream, and there was this man, dead, just in front of the building.
You saw nothing at all?
No, I told you, just that awful woman's scream.
A woman scream? Are you sure?
Of course. It was terrifying. I thought it was my sister, so I ran. But it was a man I've never seen round here before.
Goodbye, Miss Paxton.
You again? What do you want?
I've identified the men who stole from you. You were right. They were members of some self-proclaimed militia.
I knew it! Did you find the money, too?
Yes, here it is. They thought they could finance their activities with it.
I never thought a man like you would be kind enough to... I misjudged you. Badly. Well, thank you, sir.
Will you give the money back to your comrades, then?
Fuck those bastards who fired me.
I'll give the money to Miss Gillingham.
Her son Jack was a friend of mine. He was killed recently.
I know you were friends with Miss Gillingham's son, Jack. Tell me about his death.
Jack's murder has been a shock to the neighborhood. A sign that the situation is now out of control.
Why is that?
There has always been tension between the Wet Boot Boys and members of the trade union. But a murder? That's a first.
Who killed him?
No one will ever know. One thing is certain. While Jack was alive, I had one less reason to drink.
Why does that upset you so much?
I wish I had found the time and words to tell him how important he was to me before it was too late. Another failure for Giselle Paxton.
Did you see what just happened?
No, I didn't. And I don't care.
Really? Why is that?
Because this sexist pig is one of the 4 men who blacklisted me. Good riddance, if you ask me.
Well, I'll leave you for now. Goodbye, Miss Paxton. Good evening, Mr. Throgmorton.
Dr. Reid, can I be of any assistance? Have you noticed anything suspicious lately?
Did you see what happened to him?
Actually, yes. He was thrown from the roof like a vulgar log.
Why is it that you sound so afraid?
You didn't see it. He was dead before he hit the ground. The strength required to do such a thing, well, it beggars belief.
Who could have done that?
Who? Well, a vampire, of course. Look, bite marks on the neck and lacerations here. There is definitely a vampire close by.
Goodbye, and good hunting, Mr. Throgmorton. 29 Pretty Orchard Street. This is it. What's in there for me? There's been a fight here. This window was shattered with violent force. Someone's been pulled through it and dragged through the street. Who could have done that?
Stay away! Over there! It's a killer!
So much blood. Whoever was killed got dried out.
He's mine! I'll take it! I'll crush him! He's dead! Oh God, no!
Only a golden watch in her pockets. Her shoes and clothes are quite worn out. The marks on this woman's neck were made by the fangs of a vampire. This is the very flower my mother tossed on Mary's coffin. Someone is targeting my family.
I see you.
Right then. It's a sick game. But given no choice in the matter, I might as well win it. I have this thirst for blood.
Oh, level 90. GG. Bravo à Greg TV.
Jonathan.
What was that? I won't let you escape. You're very fast, but I'll catch you. They've all been butchered.
Wesh, wesh, wesh. Il y a du sang partout.
I can still sense a presence.
Tu vois, ça va être ma sœur. Mais elle est pas encore partie, elle.
Maybe I'll see you again in Whitechapel. Goodbye for now.
Goodbye for now.
You know you can trust me.
In the name of Christ, someone help me! You... What have you done?
Vicar Larrabee, what happened?
Demon! Hell Scourge! Son of perdition!
Vicar! Jonathan's no demon. He's just a soul. Returned from the dead. Like your Christ, Vicar.
Mary, is it really you?
Oh, it's me, all right. Precious brother.
What is Mother doing here?
I'm gathering the family for a final reunion. All smiling, all dead. Thanks to the good Dr. Reid.
Mary.
Mother? Say hello to your son.
Hello, Jonathan.
Mother,
What do we have here, Mother? The prodigal son has lost his tongue. Our Jonathan always had the first and last word at dinner. The entertainer, the star of our show.
I'm sorry. Let me explain.
Shut up. It's my turn to do the talking. I have this nasty hole in my chest, Johnny. It needs to breathe.
Of course. You can speak.
My prayers went so long without an answer. My husband, killed in France. My child, carried away by the flu. My brother promising to return in his letters, then disappearing in thin air. I went from hospital to hospital. Cemetery to cemetery. Grave to grave. I've lifted every stone in London, searching for an end to the nightmare. And there you were. In front of me. On a dark pier.
The hunger had taken me.
The joy to have finally found you. I longed for your arms, a final happy ending to so much tragedy, to tell me all would be well again, as you did when we were children. It was this filthy dock where you greeted your sister. I dug a tunnel from my grave with my fingers and teeth.
Mary. I thought I had murdered you. I tried to end myself. We've been through the same horror.
We are a disease, Jonathan. A sickness that corrupts all it touches. All we kiss, and all we kill. Look at me. Admire your ilk.
I'm so sorry.
Apologies will not suffice. I demand reparation. I want a miracle. Are you a miracle worker, Dr. Reid? No? I'll show you mine then. The family Reid, reunited and complete, living forever in a red sea of eternal love. Time to go, Mother. Say hello to my son for me.
Mary, wait. I have made friends with vital knowledge. Vampires. We are not alone, Mary. With time, we can learn to live almost as we lived before.
How long?
What?
How long will this masquerade continue? I've been watching you. All these nights in Whitechapel, pretending you're still a doctor. You believe you're just fighting a disease. But it's you, the disease. Jonathan, you!
I'm a scientist. I'll find a solution. Let our mother go, please.
You're always the one to sway me to reason, Jonathan. But before, your motivations were always pure. Now you're tainted.
Let her go! She has no part to play in this.
Very well. Have you heard our good doctor? You can go home, Mother. Go home and rest in peace.
Yes, I'll go home and rest.
It's so easy to make them obey or forget. Puppets for our pleasure. I've seen you have your fun.
You are mad.
Oh, so that's what I am, Doctor. Mad. I was beginning to wonder. I've been hearing these voices in my head. One in particular. That of my dead brother. This is the reason I must kill you. Not for your betrayal. Not for our poisonous kiss. Not even for the lies you tell yourself. No. It's so that smooth and wicked voice will stop ringing in my ear.
Mary. No, don't!
Time to die, brother. And this time for good. Slayer! kill him. Revel in your true nature. You left me to... What have you done? You've spared the precious Nurse Crane, but not your own Mary. Kiss me again, sweet brother. Well, brother, it's time to bring this conversation to an end. Forever.
You know I will not play this game.
Calm now, Doctor. Like a rabid dog. Or think you're performing an autopsy.
Don't be ridiculous.
I'll kill them all. The kind Dr. Swansea. The sweet little lass with hair of red. I am the Harbinger, bringing your punishment.
Mary.
Don't you see? This is not me. Flesh that never ages. All nightmare, no dream. Bring it to a close. Let me sleep.
I will find a cure, Mary. I swear it.
Then, at last, I can forgive you.
Blood. As I shed one last red tear for my fallen sister, I realize the entire world now revolves around this singular word. The epidemic that has stricken London is not the Spanish flu. It is transmitted through the blood, via violent biting, turning survivors into frenzied immortals. I am Dr. Jonathan Reid. I am a vampire, born anew into an age of death and pestilence. While plotting factions close in around me, I am sworn to find the source of this epidemic. I am convinced greater perils are still to come. I know the answers I seek are hiding in our blood.
Bon, bah c'est pas mal. C'est pas mal, j'ai bien avancé. Pourquoi je dois aller là? Lire votre courrier? C'est courrier ça? Ah, cher Dr. Reid, j'espère que cette lettre vous trouvera rapidement car j'ai besoin de m'entretenir avec vous. Plutôt possible, la situation évolue très vite dans le West End et je suis convaincu que nous courons tous dans un grave danger. La garde de Freven a ouvert la grande chasse à Londres depuis quelques nuits. Ils recherchent activement et tuent tous les égons qu'ils peuvent. Ah, c'est les Diasperi. Le président du club Ascalon m'a récemment contacté. Il souhaite vous rencontrer le plus vite possible. Si vous pouvez, venez me rendre visite à mon manoir la nuit, qui vous conviendra le mieux. Nous devons discuter de cela. Vous trouverez attaché à cette lettre un laissez-passer officiel qui vous permettra de franchir n'importe quelle barricade ou poste de contrôle de la quarantaine dans toutes les villes. Notre ami Lady Asbury. Ok. Ok. J'ai pris 6 chevrotines. Ok. Alors, j'ai amélioré quoi? De cette partie-là, c'est ce que je me sers le plus. Ça aussi, c'est que je me sers. Je pensais que je serais à 1000. C'est que 900. Bah, la morsure comme d'hab. Hein. On se régénération de vie, là, c'est ok. Et au niveau science, j'ai quoi? C'est que vous pouvez maintenant me transférer 3 sérums sur vous, au moins votre nombre de balles que vous pouvez transporter. Plus 10%, ouais, on verra bien. Voilà. J'ai été trop loin, tu vois, je peux pas augmenter mon attaque, j'ai fait une bêtise. Que c'est combien? 2000. Que je fais combien? 220 et je monterai à 265. Griffe. 3,45. 3. Ah. Plus 5 d'impact. Plus 2 de gain de sang. Vous avez après utilisé la force de vos griffes, affiché désormais un effet détorsion dans votre poids, c'est intéressant ça. 720. Je pense que j'irai plutôt de ce côté-là. 6000, c'est quoi qu'il arrive, c'est 6000 alors. Je partirai de ce côté-là. Bon, j'ai augmenté un peu tout ça ici. Je confirme, allez. Dès que j'ai 2000, je reviendrai faire les... Augmenter la puissance des griffes. Adjugé vendu. Alors, c'est quoi tout ça là? Mais tout le monde est malade. C'est où ça? Les docks, c'est tranquille. Maintenant, on est devenu stable. Pembroke hospitable, on était satisfaisant, on est redevenu instable. Faut que je soigne tout le monde. Fatigue. 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 1, 2, tu fais déjà 4 fatigues. 5 fatigues. 6. 7. 7 fatigues. 1 rhume. 2 rhumes. Sept fatigues et 2 rhumes. Traitement pour la fatigue, j'en ai 5. 5. Il m'en faut pour le rhume aussi. J'ai 2 rhumes. Et là j'en ai 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Je recycle tout. Hein. Regardez ça un peu quand même. Je peux pas améliorer les armes là maintenant. Fusil Milton là, ce serait sympa. Putain, j'ai pas de morceaux de gâchette de qualité. Enfin que j'achète quoi. Fait chier. « 4,32 » 4,68 5, 6. Mais si non plus je peux pas. Oh. 114 pour l'instant c'est le mieux que j'ai. Hein. Ça c'est demain ça. Ouais. C'est celui-là que j'ai, je crois, non? Dans le Pembroke Hospital, il y a tout le monde à soigner. Les docks, c'est bon. Pembroke. Et Winchapel, c'est bon. Il n'y a plus que lui. Avec une migraine. Et une nouvelle zone. J'ai encore trouvé personne. Ah, je peux avoir plus de munitions. J'en ai 46 et si je fais ça... Bon, c'est tout, voir que j'aille voir tous ces gens-là. Et je pourrais aussi aller voir l'autre là-bas. Ah, c'est cool. J'y ferai après, mais j'irai voir le gars. Ah, attends, les missions. Prendre des affiches prendre des affiches dans le tas. Ah, je l'ai pas fait ça. Ah, je suis con. Dans les docks, j'aurais pu faire ça. Une chapelle, il n'y a plus. Ah, maintenant, je pense que je peux faire cette quête-là. Là. Ou je vais faire celle des docks. Les docks, c'est tranquille maintenant. Alors, j'irai au dock. Prochaine fois, faire les affiches. Et j'irai voir le mec là. Il doit être par là, je sais plus où. Pour les brailles. Ok. Ok. Ben c'est tout, je vais m'arrêter là. Bon allez, je vous fais des gros bisous les amis. Et merci pour le soutien. Et encore GG Greg pour ton 90. Allez, merci à tous. Merci pour votre soutien. Merci pour vos follow, vos likes, vos partages, vos lurks de l'ombre, vos abonnements. Merci de soutenir avclucky. Et je vous dis à bientôt. On se retrouve sur Twitch, sur TikTok, sur YouTube. Et moi, vu que nous sommes quel jour? Nous sommes mardi, je vous dis, si je ne reviens pas avant, à ce soir, on se retrouve sur du Guild Wars, en mode HM, et on fait du nettoyage de zone. Allez, sur ce, je vous fais des gros bisous à tous, et encore un grand merci à tous les neurones qui me suivent. Bisous, bisous, bisous.